I'm just gonna do a simple sharpening using hello guys, hello edge worker. Right, this is a 400 1000 and 3000. I'm gonna use this 3 stone to sharpen this small, I think this one is paring knife. Okay, right, how's you guys doing? This is afternoon of 13 June, Tuesday. I just finished sharpening 2 knife. This is additional, not traditional. I just like doing this stuff. Yeah, let me properly apex this one first. Okay, basically freehand sharpening is putting your knife on an angle and move back and forth, back and forth. That is how you sharpen. Okay, don't go like this. Go like this if there is obstruction like a choil or whatsoever. Just put your knife 45 degrees to the stone and then move back and forth. All right, and then if you say you're just hitting the straight line here, the portion, what about the tip? The tip, what I like to do is, if you see is from this plane, right, how you got the tip, you lift it up. Same also, you lift it up, lift it up. From here you lift it up to the tip. So from this plane you also lift it up. Okay, so move back and forth and lift it up. This hand put pressure. This is where I sharpen. Where I put my hand on the knife is where I sharpen. Okay, so if you want to sharpen here, you move your hand here. Here, do it by section. Okay, and once you got a burr, what is a burr? Burr is a lip of metal. When you braid, it will come up to this side. The side you are braiding, the metal over here will come up to this side. Then you feel with your hand like this. If it's not still don't have a burr, meaning to say you haven't apexed it yet. Okay, like this, I haven't apexed it yet because this is a dull knife. So I'm gonna switch my hand to the left side. If you don't know how to use the left side, from here you can use here. Same thing also, right? Just that you put your supporting hand onto the bevel that you are sharpening like this. If you're doing like this, eventually your handle will hit the stone, so you have to reposition like this. So that's why I don't like to stop, and that's why I'm learn to use my left hand. Okay, there's also people who like instead of switching the hand, they will start here from the tip and move from heel and move to the tip. Same thing also, because from here move back and forth and to the tip. Here you lift it up also, right? Okay, where you got the tip, same thing, but I like to use my other hand. Okay, the motion back and forth is what sharpen knife. Okay, your hand here putting pressure. You don't have to jam your finger onto the knife. Just rest your hand on top of it. Remember, PSI is pressure per square inch. So only a small amount can even generate a huge pressure on the knife. Okay, so you don't have to put too much pressure onto the knife. Just let the knife glide onto the stone, or in this case, diamond abrasive. Okay. Okay, I'm doing switch over. I haven't got a burr yet, but I switch over just to maintain the equalness of steel I remove from each side. Okay, same motion, nothing change, back and forth. So this is the sharpening motion, this is putting pressure. So stop, 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 move your hand. So in a fluid motion, it's something like this. You see how smooth it was? I don't have to stop to reposition my hand, just one swift motion. I just glide my hand onto the bevel of the knife, making sure that the knife is in contact with the stone and my hand never leave the knife and the knife never leave the stone. That's it. Now I'm getting a burr at the heel. Okay, that if you can hear it, that is what I'm looking here. Here is I don't have any burr yet, but here at the heel I have a strong burr. Now I still have to work here at the tip. Okay, doing the same motion, nothing changed until I get a burr, and constantly check. Check. Sorry guys, I was so into it. Okay, one thing, if you are sharpening, make sure to properly set up your equipment. Accident can happen just like that. Okay, it is not because I put pressure, because the stand is wobbling. Okay, back and forth in smooth motion, no need to put too much pressure, just glide your hand onto the where you need it. Yeah, I got a burr ready. Not that strong, but yeah, I have a burr. Do you need to sharpen to a burr? Not necessarily, but there is a but. What you want to do is apex. Apex meaning to say at the edge, at the end of the edge, you reach that one. There is no other way of telling it, unless you have a microscope eye vision. You look into the edge, yeah, I reached the apex. That's why burr sharpening is the easiest way to indicate that you have reached your apex. Okay, there is people who sharpen that didn't reach the apex. There is, but I'm not fond of it. I haven't tried it yet, because yeah, for me burr sharpening is easy. Okay, when you got a burr, meaning to say you have reached your apex, and then you switch side. Okay, all right, I got a burr ready. Okay, listen, there are some guy who sharpen, they put the hand on the tip and just do a long stroke. Okay, what happened is if you put your pressure here, you see, you are introducing a variable, your angle might change. That's why I like to keep my hand on the stone and the knife on the stone and my hand on the knife. I won't be doing, I won't be sharpening if my support hand is outside the stone. Same thing. I introduce a variable inconsistency. That's why always keep your hand on the knife and the knife on the stone. You can do the long stroke if you want to. If you want to do the blending. Blending is not that important. It's only for aesthetic, to make your scratch pattern on the edges. What do you call it? Nice and even. Right? Okay, now I'm doing the minimization pass. Minimization meaning to say I reduce the burr and I cut off it to as much as possible, because you know the burr, when you create the burr, you need to remove it afterwards. Otherwise, you are at the end of the edge there is a loose metal, so it's not your true edge. Once you cut into something, the burr fall off, and then you ended up with a flat, because it's not properly apex. Yeah. Okay, here 400. Remember, one thing. Remember, make sure off the first stone your knife is already sharp. Depend solely on your first and second stone, not your higher grit. Your higher grit work can't do anything, just polish. You can't cut anything. Yes, you can cut with that stone, but not as much as aggressive. So do most of the work, most of the grunt work with your first and the second stone. Okay, don't trouble yourself. Sharpening is easy. Don't trouble yourself with the higher grit. Remove the steel with the higher grit. No. Off your first and second stone, make sure you apex it. Make sure you have, at least you can cut paper with your edge coming off from the first and second stone. Okay, this is the first stone. I already got some burr to show you guys. Coming off from the first stone, I should be able to at least cut paper, but not cleanly. Meaning to say, I haven't apexed it because I still have a burr over here. Okay, so clean your apex before you move into the next stone, or you can move to your next stone. Okay, so now I'm doing the minimization pass. Now this is where you do your long stroke, because currently what I do is I flip the burr back and forth so that it weakens it. Just like when you want to break a paper clip, you cannot break it instantly. You have to twist it up back and forth until the connection become weak, and then you can break it off. Same thing with the burr. You flip it to the other side, you flip it back and forth, and then okay, this is still the minimization. You flip it, you flip it again, you flip it. Now here is the deburring. Deburring means removing the burr from the edge. Basically you cut it, you cut the base of the burr with the stone with just slight, as light as possible. If you can do it as light as possible, like the knife will skip onto the stone, just like as light as possible. Okay. And feel whatever. After you have slammed your edges onto the stone, refine your edge by doing edge drilling. That is the fundamental of sharpening, guys. Simple, is it? If you know the basic, the next stone will be easy. Now, of the first stone, it should be cutting pepper. Not cleanly, but yeah, you get the idea. Okay. Now move on to the next stone. It will be better. You will be better refine the edges. Okay. Where is my? This is 1000. Okay, 1000. Why first and second? Because if you are starting with a coarse, very coarse stone like 50 grit, 80 grit, what will happen to your edge is your edge will get slammed again, and big abrasive. It will make your edge like jagged. Okay. So if you are starting with a 50 grit or 80 grit, chances that your edges will become jagged is high. So you need to smooth it out with another stone, either 400 or 500 or 600 or higher than the first stone. That's why I said with your first or second. If you start with 400, then it's fine. Like mine, what I'm doing is 400. Now it's 1000. The 1000 should be refining what have been there. So refining the edge. I was going to do the sharpening only. Now I'm doing a sharpening video, sharpening tutorial video, but never mind. I won't edit. I just put even the accident is now. I'll put it in the video. I don't know how long is the video already. I think it's around 20 minutes. Now I'm doing just the minimization because minimization, you need to flip it. You need to flip your burr. Okay, if you flip your burr, means to say you are at the right angle and at the right movement. If you don't flip it, it's meaning you are under angle or over angle. Okay, make sure, always check your bevel. Make sure it is only one bevel, not two, not three, but that one will come with practice. The more you do this, the more you practice, the better your edges will get. The more consistency you will achieve. Okay, now I can move into 3000, and this is my ending 3000, 400, 1k and 3k. That is just a nice jump, good jump. 3 stone max, or if you have another one, just The higher grit stone um, serve its purpose for push cutting, but for me, for slicing, I like to stop at 3000. There is other user that like a higher grit. If they request, I will gladly also do it. But for general house, 1K 400 is okay. It's enough already, because most kitchen knife steel doesn't hold the edge very well. Cheap stainless steel, unless it is custom. Make sure you're familiar with feeling for the burr. As you progress up into grit, the burr will become smaller because the slice abrasive is getting smaller. Okay, you see me just now, I am blending the scratch pattern. So that it has become uniform. See the crunch sound just now? The crunch sound just now is a burr crushing. Okay, if you hear that, clean your stone. You don't want to run your edge onto a metal particle on the stone. It will damage your edge, your newly apex edge. It will damage it. Then you have to start from zero again. See, means I flip the burr to that side. Once I move to this side, it crush the burr. I like this 3000 finish. Okay. It's not grabbing, but because this is the steel, when you sharpen a lot of steel, you know whether the steel is have a good property or not, and hit to its smack or not. Like this is not, because the edge just becomes slick, but it is better than the first one. Okay guys, Zulu Kilo signing out.